to another video of Road to Advanced Group. It's AJ Shaw, once again, as you know by the name. But we're going to be going over my trip to Tally about 2 weeks ago at this point. But we're going to be going over my trip to Tally about the second time I've been here. One with my boy EJ. He had a great time. It was great to see him redeem himself after putting it down at Jennings for his first track day. But his second track day, he dragged me. Second track day, I want to say first track day because it happened like second session at Jennings, so we weren't even going like that. But technically first track day dragging me. Shout out to my boy. But yeah, we're gonna be going over some footage from Tally, and then also we're gonna go into my fastest lap at Tally with the on the race box. So going into some of that telemetry and data. But the first two things I really want to talk about is turn 1 here and turn 2, and then lastly turn 5 here, because the line coming through here was damn near straight. We'll look at it on the race box so we can see a lot more detail of it. But turn 1 and 2 are really fun because they're cambered in, so as soon as you get into it, you're just planted and you can just hold it and you can just throttle, and it'll just pull. It's amazing. It's fun. Hopefully we can see it on the video a little bit more detailed, so it's not like me just ranting about it. But yeah, the bowl, which is turn 2 and turn 1, tons of fun. But first, let's get into these clips. This first clip is EJ and I about to go out, and as you can see, I'm on the CPR 500. We had the same helmet, which was kind of funny, but as you can see, just take a look at my boy. Don't mind the little blur. I need to get a new Insta360. The X2 is kind of chopped, but as you can see, beautiful bike. He's about to go out there and get that knee down. It's my boy. Knee down twice on his second track day. Technically first. When you play around with a little bit, makes it, you can argue first, but first track day, knee down twice. I'm proud of my boy. I've known EJ for a while now, but at the same time, met a few people out there, and it was really cool to just be in that community, you know. In the times that we're in, community's pretty important, especially in the motorsport space, or not even motorsport space, but just cars and bikes in general. You got a lot of stuff going on, like GAT getting canceled because of them. But hey, it is what it is. At the end of the day, this is why we love cars. This is why we love bikes, to be able to push them to their limits and push ourselves to our limits. So again, it's really cool to share that with some homies. And yeah, let's get into it, man. Here we are starting another lap, but we go ahead and get past EJ. We started behind him, as you could see. Going into turn 1, again, like I said, this is that very cambered corner where you can tuck in there and just push right out on throttle. And this is the difference. You can see the coach just blitz me on the front, or technically second straight at Tally going into turn 2. And this is the other cambered corner. And then I really want to go to see how far of a gap there was and where it started. And that was going into the bowl, which is one of the hardest corners at Tally, honestly, to get right. And as you can see, that gap increases and increases. And tightening that off, being able to shoot out of that apex or off of that apex, increase the gap tremendously there. So yeah, that was just the first clip I want to get into about going over Tally and what I did there. And here we go. This is one of the best moments right here. EJ dragged knee twice with it too. This is one of the best things about track days right here, man. So next we're going to get into a clip about my one of my fastest laps, or one of my push laps. And I just want to go over turn 1, 2, and 3 because, again, this is a small track, but it was actually a really fun experience, as it always is. But again, turn 1 and 2 are cambered, so once you go in there pushing, you can feel the bike settle and sit in the corner, and then you can just drive. And then this is a different angle going into turn 3 as well, because you're able to see how tight it is, and then how close I need to get to that cone on the apex in order to drive out and get a good drive out. So here we go. Just want to get it started, baby. So yeah, here we go. Going into turn 1, and it's planted. Bam, 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 bam. Then I just drive out, pushing down the straight, or second straight technically. Broke a little earlier into turn 2, again just to see. I was trying to see what it felt like to get that elbow down a little bit. As you can see, I put my head down more to see like what it felt like to drop my chest more and push my elbow out. And then here we go, going into turn 3, slowing it down, and now trying to hit that cone, bam, and then driving out. I can really tighten that up a little bit more to see what can be done about it, but that's pretty much it as far as turn 1, 2, and 3, and then we'll see in my fastest lap how hard and aggressive I pushed it. Before we get into the fastest lap, I want to go over turn 3 and talk about how that was one of the easiest places to make a pass at outside of the back straight and the front straight, but it was very easy to get the line right towards the end of the day and just pass people on the inside. It was allowed. That was the only place it was allowed at Tally, was the inside going out of 3, so don't get mad at me. But yeah, I just want to showcase that clip there of how that all went down. And I have a clip of me coming up the inside of somebody. It was fairly close, so I might get in trouble for that. But yeah, let's just get into it and let's take a look. So yeah, going in, you can see the individual in front of me hit the cone. They drift wide, allows me to sneak right up the inside. Going into turn 4 now. This was also off camera on the backside on the other side of that solid tar line right there, but yeah, very, very fun place to pass for sure. And now is for the fastest lap. So don't know if you've been waiting for this. I know I have. I love this race box. My girl got it for me. This thing just slaps. So I'm gonna shut up, and I'm not even gonna overlay myself over the footage. I'm just gonna let y'all look at all the telemetry that's there and pay attention to turn 5. Turn 5, 6, 7, whatever you want to call it. The last corner going onto the front straight, because that's what we're gonna go over on the telemetry and race box after this. So yeah, I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna let y'all just watch. Okay, so now if you're still here at the video, we're going to be going over the race box footage or race box telemetry of my fastest lap at Tally. So as you can see over here on the left, max speed, LOL, I have it in kph, not freedom units, LOL. Don't know how fast that is. I'm assuming that's probably 90, 95 maybe. I'm not sure. I should have changed that to miles per hour, but we keep on keeping on. Because really the only thing I really wanted to talk about at Tally really was this corner right here. As you can see in this back sector right here, it's almost just rounded off. But if we zoom in, you see the line of the track. So this is a little inaccurate because I think the race box goes within a couple inches of its actual GPS sensor or reading. So there's a little bit of error in there, but it's negligible unless you're being super duper duper precise like this, because I definitely did not hit that rumble strip. But as you can see, I definitely did follow this here line for sure. So hitting that, trying to get as wide out as possible down here was actually super crazy. Yeah, I didn't get this on video right here, but I came extremely close to this edge here almost every time coming out of turn 4. There was like, the track was here and you could tell that there was like, the track ended, it fell off like into the grass or whatever, but it was like a little bump. I was putting my tire right there on exit. There was like one time that I did it and it was like super sketch. I was like, dog, I'm about to be embarrassed. You feel me? Because I was like, this is gonna be crazy. But yeah, the consistency is great, right? So exactly here, just kept it tight so I can get on the power a lot sooner and just full pin down this very, very short straight. Not too big of a straight, but like I said, this is the main corner I want to talk about just because how amazing it felt to just kind of round this whole thing off. So I was a lot closer to this apex on the left-hand side right here. So let's see, coming in, it was really just rounding this whole thing off and just getting onto the front straight and being able to increase my speed. So as you can see down here on the graph, let me move this back towards the straight. As you can see on the graph, as soon as I come in, so we see that, or let's follow the red. Sorry, not explaining. Let's follow the red. So again, hit peak right here at 164 kph, which is math. But and then we were braking. But then as we start to turn in, we're already back on throttle, picking up speed. And this is throughout this whole corner. So pushing. And again, full pin right off the apex, or right off the exit, straight onto the straight. So this is probably my new favorite sector or section at Tally, just because I think I can get it even straighter, which is kind of crazy. It's got to be a little bit more ballsy. But yeah, man, this is where I tried to draw. This is where I felt the elbow potential, you know. Just again, I was in the corner, but then could feel myself capable of putting my chest down further and putting my head out further and pushing that elbow and driving it down. So that was the first time that I've ever felt what it could feel like to drag elbow. I don't know when that's gonna be, but for sure there will be a video on that. and I will get it on video, because that's crazy. But you don't have to drag elbow to be fast, obviously, just like you don't have to drag knee to be fast. But I mean, it's fucking cool, right? So trying to get the bump, y'all. I'm still a novice, don't make fun of me. Still a novice though, trying to get the bump. And we're going to Jennings probably in November, EJ and I again, but it's through Jennings GP, so it's not an organization or anything. So I'm not gonna go through the coaches or anything like that and try to get a bump, because it's not, I'm not sure it's legit. Not saying it's not legit, but I'd rather go through an organization like Precision or Sport Bike Track Time or Into to get a bump officially, and then share that out to other organizations when I go to their track days too. But one day, before the end of the year, hopefully, if not the end of the year, I don't know if we'll ever get in the A group, goddamn, you know what I'm saying? But nah, I digress. I think it's gonna be great, and it's gonna be really fun. So stay tuned for the next one and enjoy this clip of my boy Don's shirts. I love anime. I was rocking Chozo when I was out there at Tally. So check that out. If you like it, look up Iron Originals on Instagram and tap in. Peace.